Will autonomous trucks put truck drivers out? Specifically me, not being selfish or anything, but I would like to not be put out of a job. I actually have a lot of friends who are truck drivers. I have a lot of my coworkers are truck drivers, and I have family members who are also truck drivers. I have one cousin right now who's in he does auto transport, and just the other day he posted a picture on Facebook. He's in some little town in California. He's picking up some weird little electric cars in Fremont, California. I'll post a picture. One reason I think truck drivers don't get put out is because the industry is just stubborn. Even though automatic transmissions get better fuel economy, they're just really starting to come around. And just little things that trucks should have that normal cars have had forever are just getting the trucks. Like, I think we still have trucks that don't have power windows. Like the roll up the window thing. That's still a thing in trucks, and it's still popular. Even some of them, they got to a point where the passenger window would be a power window, since you can't reach it and you need to put your windows down when you're backing. But the driver window will still be a manual window. So the industry doesn't evolve at the pace that it should. And also, Elon Musk, when talking about full self-driving, he wanted to decrease the accident rate or the incident rate by so much to make it feasible to have vehicles drive themselves. That's going to be harder to achieve with semi-trucks, since semi-trucks get a lot lower accident rate than regular passenger vehicles. Even though it may not seem that way, definitely per mile, trucks get a much lower accident rate. Also, there are a lot of owner-operators, people who own their own trucks, and they aren't going to put themselves out of business. Also, autonomous trucks are going to need a completely floor-up, just a totally revamped mapping system. Everything has to be truck-specific, like this turn right here. I have to take this turn from time to time, and an autonomous truck would have to know that it can't make that turn in any normal type of way. This is the normal way that you're taught to make a turn. You can't do that at this turn. You have to make it wide. You have to use the left turn lane to make this right turn, and you have to use the oncoming traffic lane while you're in the turn. And the truck is going to have to be able to set itself up before it gets to the turn to make that turn. So that's just one of the little things that'll have to be done. Also, they'll probably be able to program like height restrictions and weight restrictions, and I'm sure the truck will be able to, you'll just be able to program how much weight is on the truck and how tall the truck is and everything like that. But it would also need to be able to read the temporary signs, because sometimes during construction, they'll just put up a temporary sign, and you'll have to know that, yeah, you normally could go on this bridge, and it normally doesn't have any height restrictions, but today it's 11 feet or whatever. One really important thing is it'll have to be able to determine its own stopping distance, which might not be too difficult. It should be able to know if it's fully loaded. It's going to take a little more to stop, but it'll also have to be able to correlate that to a light just suddenly turned red, and now what to do? I'm going full speed. It's going to have to know the difference between just doing the exact right thing, slamming on the brakes and possibly sliding out, or just doing the right thing, which isn't necessarily legal, and running the light and not causing an accident. Because sometimes that's what you have to do. That's the best option. One problem one problem I have with the autonomous Tesla semi, I think right now, based on what battery technology is, the best autonomous truck would be a diesel truck. Only because with a battery powered truck, assuming the range is going to be what people are saying it's going to be, you would lose the advantage of being limited by the driver's hours of service. Because right now, the truck, an 18 wheeler, that's a diesel 18 wheeler, can drive from California to Florida with no problem without stopping. The thing that limits it is the driver's hours of service. Because the driver can only drive 11 hours a day, and that driver can only be on duty for 14 hours a day. So the truck is going to have to stop, even though it doesn't need to. And to say it's stopping, it really isn't, because it's going to just be idling. So it's still running, and that's how that works. But with the battery powered truck, is going to have to charge, and that could take as long as a normal break for a driver. So you would lose that advantage in terms of being able to get a load somewhere quicker. I do think that eventually autonomous trucks will completely take over, but I think that'll take a lot longer for some driving positions than it would for others. For drivers who do a lot of the unloading and do a lot of customer service type things, I think they'll figure out ways to keep that going and keep that personal touch if it's that type of job. For the more simple over-the-road types of jobs where you're just picking up a trailer and dropping off a trailer, picking up a trailer, dropping off a trailer, those will be the jobs that I think would be replaced a lot faster. I was reading an article about autonomous trucks replacing human drivers, and the point the guy tried to make was, with the autonomous trucks, it would just change the nature of the job. But the example they tried to use was, they tried to say that since ATM machines have gotten more popular, that bank tellers are still around. And they showed a chart. I'll show you the chart. And he used this chart to say that the amount of bank tellers are still the same, and even though ATM machines have become more popular. But what they failed to mention was, before ATM machines got as popular as they have gotten, the amount of bank tellers were steadily increasing. And now with the people being able to use banking on their mobile phones, that might now start coming down.